Hello, everybody. Back at it again, folks. Take two, because of fucking course you know me. Of the King Kaleb podcast mock draft 2021. Back at it again. Shout outs to the Draft Network. Um, Always our loyal friends for this. I got beef with them though, because now, let's see here. I'm gonna show you guys. Trevor Lawrence is going number one. I'm gonna talk about him later. But as you see here, you scroll down. You can read that dumb shit if you want. But it's like his full premium draft profile. This shit's Pornhub now. I don't know what the fuck this is. You got to get premium account just to look at player comps. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, Trevor Lawrence is Andrew Luck uh, talent mixed with Peyton Manning's brain. All right, how about that? You got it here for free from some dumbass that lives in a half a double with his parents still. Okay. Now anyway, uh, we're picking Trevor Lawrence first, and unfortunately, I can't make trades again because this fucking premium nonsense. But yeah, man, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, just probably the safest pick ever. I was saying in the last recording that for me, he might be the most NFL ready QB to ever come out that I've seen. If not him, Kyler Murray. If not him, Luck. And then Manning, Elway. Those are the top five of the most NFL ready QBs to ever come out of fucking college, my boys. All right, number two, I got Zachariah Wilson. Zach Wilson at BYU, another guy I love. I like all these quarterbacks, really, the top five that are going to be in the first round. But the Justin Fields hate has been ridiculous, so I've had to argue against these people. But I want them all to succeed. I think they all can, even though it's probably impossible because whenever a bunch of QBs get drafted, one's going to be a bust because of situations or unfortunately an injury, God forbid, or some off the field nonsense. We hope doesn't happen. We hope this is the draft that's like the '84 draft and shit, and everyone can have a good career. But yeah, man, Zach has an elite arm, great off the platform, throws off the platform well. They, any fucking shit you've heard that you guys can read that nonsense if you don't want to hear me ramble. The Mahomes this, the Rodgers this on the run, Wilsonish. But when I put on the film, the first guy that he reminded me of just how his feet work, his arm talent itself, and how he even threw the ball, damn near the motion, the flick, how it zipped out. He reminds me of Drew Lock a lot. And I know that's a negative thing for a lot of people, but Drew Lock has great arm talent. That's just what it is. He just can't read a defense properly right now, and he likes to force the ball because that whole Cutler, Favre, Eli Manning, the gunslinger mentality. Jameis, you have this such gifted, talented arm that you think you can make any pass, and it gets picked off and shit. So Wilson has a little bit of that. He did that in college, but he got away with it because he was facing, a lesser competition, but he still played great in those games, and the arm talent, you can just see it just pops out of you. Not mad at him. I still have Fields as good as him. They're both tied for my second QB, just because I've just seen Fields do so much. I can't act like he's not this good. But Zach, I think, is also very talented. It's going to be 2 hours of me sucking these dudes off, all right, for just one round, by the way. I can't do 7 rounds. I'd be here for fucking a week. The draft would already be over. So number three, I was telling people, I have been telling people, and then I've been, the last fucking run of me trying to do this, I was contemplating over Lance Jones and or Fields. Dear God, even I'm forgetting about him because everyone's now with his epilepsy and all this shit and the one read and all this nonsense. I don't care. He's the most talented player, damn near in this whole draft, and he's arguably the most accurate quarterback. I'd say the most accurate quarterback. He has the cannon of an arm. I mean, he can make every throw. He's the most athletic QB by far in this draft. Like just put on his Clemson tape. That's the best tape of anyone in this whole draft this past season. I don't care what anyone says. He's a leader by example. He's not that vocal, but he doesn't need to be. Herbertish in that aspect. How right was I on Herbert, by the way, folks, last year? I tell you what. But yeah, man, I think Shanahan, you don't trade all the way up to get a guy like Jones who. I mean, he'd work well with that team. Put Jones on any good team, they're going to be good. But put him on a bad team, I don't know if he can get him over the hump. I think Fields just brings more to the table, man. He just really does. Okay, 4. Thankfully, I guess it was a gift and a curse that I can't trade. As you guys see here, I'm pressing the button. It says exclusive for premium. I mean, who does this? But yeah, I can see the Falcons trading out either to the Patriots, the Broncos, someone. Multiple teams are going to trade up to get Lance and Jones. I think they're both going to be in the top 10, but they won't in this video because I can't trade. But for the sake of the pick and where we're at, Kyle Pitts is the most, I guess, versatile weapon, some may say. 6'5", 239. He's a tight end. He's pretty much just going to be a receiver. I think he might just straight up change to receiver, like how David Funchess did. He doesn't bring much in the blocking game, so he's going to be put in the slot a lot, or even out wide. He's so dynamic and so versatile, so good. It's just best player available at this point. You could go Lance. I think that'd be a better fit over like Fields or Jones, because I think Fields and Jones can start now, and Lance, I think he needs a year to sit and then really flourish, because he has that much raw talent. It's just, you haven't seen a lot of it. But I got Pitts going to the Falcons, folks. Next is Cincinnati Bengals. They need line help so desperately. You can get, I know Jamar Chase, sexy pick. You can match him up with Joey. It's not going to matter when he's fucking dead after week 6 because you have no line, all right? You got to get Slater or Penei Sewell. I think you get Sewell here. More athletic, more raw, but he has a higher upside, and I feel like he's going to be, a anchor for them for the next 10 or so years, as he should be. Okay, now at number 6, we got the Miami Dolphins. They need weapons for Tua. Don't give up on Tua, you numbskulls. That's the problem with QBs nowadays, which we're going to talk about later with the Broncos pick. You just give up on a quarterback if they don't blow up after 1 year. It's the Mahomes effect. I get it, but I mean, even him, he sat for a whole year. People don't get that, and all these people, Darnold and Jones and all, some of these people I don't like, some of these people I like a lot, but it's like, still give these guys a shot, 2 to 3 real years of them actually having a team around them and building upon them. And for me to do that, you pick the best receiver in the draft, man. Jamar Chase, Anquan Bolden-ish, as Daniel Jeremiah has kept saying. I see it once he says it. 6'1", 208, silky smooth route runner, man. He just separates as well as anyone in this draft. He's sure-handed, catches with his hands. Very underrated speed. He ran like a 4.3. You don't see that in the tape, but just to know he has that is good in receiver. So I got the Dolphins picking Jamar Chase. Number 7, the Detroit Lions. Got a new coach, new everything. Jared Goff, traded off. Yeah, they're going to have to rebuild a lot and a lot and a lot. I also have them trading back here. This is where I trade with, again, the Broncos or the Patriots. I feel like they're the 2 teams now that are really going to get a quarterback. I don't care about this Carolina shit. Again, I'm not sold on Darnold, but why in the hell would you trade him for all that just to get a fucking quarterback? I digress, people. I am ranting and raving. The Lions can go a lot of ways, but I think they're going to try to go for a sexy pick, get Goff a weapon, And just so I won't make this any longer, I have Devontae Smith over. Uh, let me check. Let me check. Let me check and see what I really want to do here. It's either Jalen Waddle or Micah Parsons. And I think after, I don't know, this uh, receiving draft is too deep. So I think they're going to go with Micah Parsons. I think this might be a little too early for him. But Lions, or not Lions, well, yeah, Lions, who I'm going to have them pick, are Denver. I feel like they could pick him this early. If not, he could drop all the way to Oakland, dear God, Las Vegas, or Washington would probably be the next two possibilities I see. I don't see him dropping that far. He's just too talented athletically. Uh, there's people who, if you watch the film, he's not, that great of a pass rusher. He doesn't cover well. He's athletic. He's a high motor. He can tackle well. He can hit the gaps. He's capable of edge rushing. He did that a lot in high school. So I think they want tough guys there too with Campbell at coach now. I almost jumped the gun with Waddle, but I feel like I have something cooking here later on. So we're going to give them Micah Parsons. The Panthers now. Again, another team that could trade back. Corner help, guard help, line help. I got to pick a Rashawn Slater. I've been seeing a lot of mocks of him going there, and I like it. He's very versatile, which the Panthers need at that line, either to shore up guard or tackle. Either one, he could play both. Obviously, everyone points to the tape where he faced against Ohio State. My boys, in the not only the Big Ten championship game, but then the year after that, we went to Northwestern, doing a good job containing Chase Young. This is another guy who's solid. I think he's going to be a stud for the next 10 or so years to anchor around you. So I got Rashawn Slater going to the Panthers. Number 9, the Denver Broncos. Again, this is another team that could trade down. They could trade up. I mean, this is really interesting with the new GM. Now that Elway is not doing day-to-day work, I think this would be a good fit, even though, again, I love Drew Lock more than his family members do, but clearly Denver doesn't. They said they're high on Lock, but they want competition. What are we sugarcoating it? You clearly don't like him. Get him out of here. I got to pick in Trey Lance in this fucking mock draft, guys. All right, a big guy, big arm, athletic, capable of making all throws. I think he needs to clean up more on his anticipation and accuracy. If you want to nitpick, I don't try to nitpick on these guys because I see them at their best. And them at their worst isn't that bad, especially with Lance. Now, granted, the whole no picks thing is kind of deceiving because there's some drop picks in the film if you really dive in. But I don't expect everyone to be a fucking nerd like me on this shit. It's alright, guys. Just, yeah. The eye test for people that really can understand football. You don't need to dive into 88 fucking hours of film like some of these idiots, and they still get it wrong. But yeah, Denver clearly doesn't like Drew Lock anymore. I'm not gonna act like ignore it, So, and Lance, you could argue, has a better ups if he has a better upside and a better ceiling than Drew Lock. I would not argue with that. So. Trey Lance. But again, back to what I was saying with the whole don't give up on Tua and the whole, like Josh Rosen, you draft him one year, you get rid of him for Kyler the next year, Darnold situation. It's like, I'm surprised Daniel Jones is not on the hot seat because he didn't play good at all last year. So it's weird how they pick and choose. It really is weird. Okay, Dallas, there's rumors about them trading up for Kyle Pitts, but you need help on fucking corner. You got 2 decent to good tight ends. Like, relax. Jerry Jones, all he wants is money. He doesn't give a fuck about winning. But Patrick Surtain the second, big, tall, long, rangy corner, the best corner in the draft. I've been saying it even before my man Kaleb Farley got that unfortunate back injury. We'll talk about him later. Good man corner, can get up in you physical and to Team him back up with Trayvon Diggs. I think they could slowly rebuild that defense that is so putrid last year. I got the Cowgirls picking Patrick Surtain the second. Number 11, New York Giants, New York G-men. They love their big men, so I wouldn't be surprised if they picked a. I think Darius a little too much. Elijah Vera Tucker, I'm high on. I could see them picking him. But Jalen Waddle, man, a lot of Giants fans are going to be happy about this. Fast, explosive, good route runner. Has some injury history. Has some slight injury history. If you go back in the tape, I love how people hate on Devontae Smith so much with his injuries, but yet they don't. Um, like he didn't. Maybe he never got hurt, but Jalen has. But I don't care. Jalen's that good. I think he's a better prospect than Ruggs. I know. You see a fast wide receiver, and everyone thinks they're gonna be a bust because that's all they can do. Like Ruggs. I guess he didn't have an explosive year last year, so he's terrible. Jalen Rager got hurt, so he's a complete bust. John Ross. I mean, again, he kept getting hurt, so it's not like I wouldn't necessarily blame it on him. And it's also mismanagement and whatnot. And I know they just got Galladay, and they have Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton already. But again, you got to see what you have at Daniel Jones. So give him the best weapons available for him to succeed. And I'm not sold on Jones at all. I didn't have him as a first round pick. If you guys go back to my old podcasts, never sold on him. Like, never will be. But I mean, he had a decent rookie year. So, I mean, he's capable of being a starting quarterback, I guess. So, yeah, give him weapons, man. All right. You did a good job in free agency, good enough job. So, I think you can splurge here and get more value in the later rounds. Number 12, the Eagles traded back for a reason, I guess. Corner, you could see here, or wide receiver are the glaring holes. And I got them picking the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith, who's my second rated receiver. I don't care about his size and height. He can bulk up if it's really that necessary. He has great, sure hands. He's the best route runner in the draft, if you ask me. And that means a lot. Catching and route running is the best, or 1A and 1B for me about wide receivers. He has a better catch radius than Jalen Waddle. He can jump up and get the ball. He's sneaky fast, especially in, just open field. Watch the Notre Dame game. He just fucking. It looks like he's like jogging, but I mean it's other 4 and 5 star guys he's going against, and yeah, I think he's going to be a good addition. And with Jalen Hurts, who they're familiar with each other to some extent, and again, young quarterback. I'm not sold on him, but get him weapons to succeed, people. Like, what do we? It's like you're setting your team out. You want these people to fail. Like, I don't, I don't get it with half these teams. Of course, half these teams are ran terribly, but Devontae Smith to the fucking Eagles, 13, the L.A. Chargers. They can go a number of ways. Tackle with Darius, Elijah Vera Tucker's there. But I got a guy who's been climbing up the boards, and the more I watch him, the more I like him. J.C. Horn, who I think is the most athletic corner in the draft. I got him as my third, but the Kaleb Farley injury is gonna, make him go down a little bit, especially. Well, not especially, but I mean, since I can't draft or since I can't trade, he might be a little higher than what people think or expect. But J.C. Horn, rangy, athletic, went up against the best SEC receivers, won most of the time. All right, I mean that's all you got to know. Waddle and Devontae got him a little bit here and there, but besides that, I mean he locks him down. He's rangy. He's Joe Horn's son, so he's gonna pull a fucking phone out of his sock when he has a pick six. Hayward left the Chargers, so I feel like that should be a important need. You can get line later. You got Lindsley. You could get more linemen in the free agency, but yeah, sure up the defense, J.C. Horn. Okay, 14. 14 here, the Minnesota Vikings. I either have them going guard, tackle, or, dear God, corner, or the end. So, I don't, think quite yet. What is this? Dear God. Ruined the whole draft. I'll be back, folks. Alright, guys. Back at again part 2. I'm at where we were. Like I was saying, tackle or edge, really, is what I see the Vikings doing. So I would just say best available. Darisaw, Jenkins, Leatherwood, Cosme. I don't know. And an edge. I mean, they need it desperately. Jalen Phillips, Quiddy Pay. I can see it. Aziz Alajre. I'm going to give them Darisaw just because they really need line help. Edges, I think they can get later. They can develop them well. With the coaching staff they have, they need to replace Reef. So, fuck it, Christian Darisaw. New England Patriots, I got them getting Mac Jones here. I think they'll trade up for either him or Lance. Hell, maybe Fields, depending on what quarterbacks don't. I think 49ers, Broncos, Patriots are the other three that get quarterbacks. So whatever variation you want to do, smart quarterback, great accuracy, great ball placement. Poor man's Burrow, poor man's Tom Brady. Just talking skill set and talent, like how they play. Only he's not. I would say a mixture of them two because he's not at all mobile as Burrow. And he doesn't have as big of an arm as Brady does. So just, mix them up. I don't fucking know, people. But yeah, smart guy. He can read defenses pretty good. He's such a Belichick guy, though. But I feel like they maybe need or want a more athletic guy because they got Cam. And then, Lance and Fields are more similar. But if you want to go back to the old trope of Brady, you pick Mac Jones. Fuck it. Arizona Cardinals, they need a lot of help. There's rumors about them trading up to get Waddle. I feel like corner is a more dying concern. And this shit doesn't work. Dear Lord. They're not picking Davis Mills. I will have them pick Kaleb Farley because I really think they need it. And this website is terrible. Completely terrible, folks. And if it's not their fault, it is my phone's fault. But yeah, Kaleb Farley, rangy corner, athletic, again, tall, rangy corner is just going to be the new norm. All right, he can play zone well, he can play man well. But the ace or the back surgery, I mean, he has an 80% chance. I've been hearing that it could be good, but the 20 of him probably never playing again. I just think he's too talented to give up and pass up on. I think he's going to go to the Cardinals. If not, he's going to go to maybe the Titans, the Jets, hell, my Steelers if I'm lucky. But we really need line help. But if he's there, I don't know. Kaleb Farley, though, I got him going to the Cardinals. Las Vegas Raiders, you know them. They're wild as fuck. They'd probably pick Divine Diablo from fucking Virginia Tech, safety that should be drafted in the 4th round. You know them with Farrell and Arnett reaching for people. Mayock and Gruden gives no fucks about any mock draft, any draft board. They don't give a shit. That being said, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, I feel like, first of all, I said that name pretty good. I was excited. I was too excited to say it, so I stopped a little bit, but I said it properly. Okay, that's the last time I'll say it. I feel like he's the perfect fit for them. Like, the scheme fit. They need linebacker help and safety help at the same time. He's legit that. You can put him at Mike linebacker, maybe. I don't think I would. At least not down to down. He's more of a Will or a Sam. Put him outside. Have him guard tight ends. Slot receivers. He can do it. He's capable of doing it. Watch the film, folks. Rangy guy. Good tackler. I got the Raiders picking JOK, man. Notre Dame. Rosaries in hand. Anyway, 18, the Miami Dolphins. People want running back, Etienne, Harris. I think you sure up the line even more. All right, you got good value here. I think Elijah Vera Tucker is your pick. You picked Austin Jackson last year out of USC. You pick a guy who I think is better, has better upside, and could play more positions. Put him at tackle, put him at guard, put him at kicker. Fuck it. Elijah Vera Tucker, folks. We're zooming past this shit. We got the Washington football team. I don't know if you heard of them. Uh, a thing that I really want to happen, but I forget who they are and how they just botched Haskins so terribly. Granted, he also didn't help his case, but the small rumors of them trying to trade up and get Trey Lance, I would love to see it. I'd be here for it because they're literally a quarterback away from being legit a 10-win team. Like, they can compete. They're going to need more weapons, though, at receiver, which they can get later than draft. I feel like linebacker, they can get maybe edge. It's so weird with these people. Rashad Bateman is still here. Greg Newsome. JOK would be perfect for them too. So this is kind of now I think I'm stumped, and I'm gonna have to. Do they really need tackle help like that? I don't think so. Jalen Phillips, I guess, would be a best available. Zaven Collins, I don't know if that'd be a reach or not. I might have to give them. I might have to give him Rashad Bateman. I think that's what I'm gonna do. And I kind of wanted him to go to the Bears because I feel like they're gonna need another another receiver, especially with Allen Robinson out the door. I think, but Bateman would help this team gratefully. A big-bodied receiver, sure hands. He's probably the best jump up and get it guy. Has enough separation. I like him a lot. People sleep on him. I'm gonna give him to the football team. Fuck it, Rashad Bateman. Now we got the Bears here at pick 20. Again, receiver, line. They can go a lot of places, as you see here. Corner is a dying thing. Caleb Farley could possibly go here too, if I didn't already have them here. Newsome, I don't know, man. I think he's a late first at best. I'd be more comfortable picking him in the second round. Asante Samuel Jr., possibly. They need line help. They need tackle help. Tevin Jenkins right now is the best tackle. Again, he can do a lot of things. He's good in the run game, especially zone run, helping Chuba Hubbard out. Their quarterback situation is god-awful, and I feel like they're going to have to settle for a Mond or a Trask in the second or third round. Good luck with that. But Tevin Jenkins, he's the best value right here for me. Next, the Indianapolis Colts, who also need tackle help, also could get a corner. Receiver, I mean, they signed T.Y., but they could draft another guy, I guess. Edge is a possibility. Again, it might just be best available right here because I don't know what tackles really. Alex Leatherwood, would you really draft him this highly? Him or Cosme? I don't know, people. I don't know. But I think they should pick Jalen Phillips here, people. Very athletic guy, rangy. He can get in and out of breaks, or offensive breaks, dear God. Yeah, man, 5-star recruit. He was the best player coming out of high school. He had to retire, forced to retire from UCLA because he had the like two more concussions, more than he should have, or more than they wanted. They have like a policy and shit. Like if you have such and such concussions, that they make you retire. So he did that, but then Miami gave him a call and said, "Hey, we want you to play," and obviously did that. Had a good year. I feel like he could be a good fit for this team, this young, firing defense. Jalen Phillips, fuck it, to the Colts. Next, 22, the Tennessee Titans. They can go a number of ways as well. Corner, desperately needed. Edge, O tackle. Offensive tackle, receiver. Again, if Bateman was here, I could see it. Elijah Moore, I can see. I don't know why I like this fit a lot, Aziz Ojulari to the Titans, because they run a 3-4. Um, and, three linemen for fucking linebackers, and he can stand up and play the outside. Very athletic guy, 6'3", 240. I mean, I think it's a perfect scheme fit. I think he'd fit them a lot, and Vrabel would, coach him up, you would hope, to develop the actual, rush moves and whatnot. So I got the Titans picking Aziz Ojulari right here. 23, we have the New York Jets, who got Zach Wilson. So now, they got one out the way. You can go corner, edge, running back. I mean, the whole team, they literally need everyone and everybody. So you look at best available. Zaven Collins, I don't know if they would do all that. Christian Barmore, Joe Tryon, Greg Newsome. He's tall, he's rangy. I think it's a little bit of reach, but they desperately need corner. I'll give him Newsome. He's a smart guy, a physical, competitive corner. He only gave up 12 fucking catches this year. Amazing stat. I'll give him Greg Newsome. See, I'm trying to be unbiased, folks, even out of my own shit. My Pittsburgh Steelers, folks. We didn't have a fucking draft last year, so I forget how to do this. We need line help bad. I know we'd love to see Najee Harris or Travis Etienne, but we could have Jesus at running back. He's getting 1.5 yards per carry with this line. It's fucking abysmal. Pouncey retired. Villanueva's gone. We're gonna have to fill up some holes. Leatherwood, I don't know. I feel like he's going to drop in the second round. I don't know if he's a first round talent per se. Same thing with Cosme. So I got us picking Landon Dickerson, center out of Alabama. We had like damn near every center we've had is a Hall of Famer or going to be. I believe Pouncey will be. We just need to shore up the middle, man. We need to shore up the line. He's the best center in the draft. Got an injury history, but if we keep him on the right track, I think he's going to be a Steeler for a long time and help out that line as I am trapped here. So yeah, Steelers picking Landon Dickerson. The Jacksonville Jaguars. I've seen this. Christian Barmore. I think it's a good fit for them. He's the only D-line worth picking in the first round. I don't think he'd do much more. And yeah, I just got him picking that. The battery's dying. We're dying, folks. We're dying here. But yeah, he had a breakout like 4 or 5 games. He got better with the season. So they need line help. They need a real D tackle. My man Hamilton's more of a nose tackle, not an every down tackle. I don't think there's any really every down tackle except for Aaron Donald, but Barmore sure up that D line. Cleveland Browns here, they're rolling. doing all the right things they need to do. Finally, they're winning games. They're getting good free agents and whatnot. I say you keep at it at edge, and I gotta pick and Quiddy Pay out of Michigan. I've been thinking about this fit, and I think I think it's a good one. Even with getting Jadeveon Clowney, I think they're gonna need more help. Just keep a guy in the rotation, another guy who's a good run stopper. Isn't the best pass rusher, but he's capable of doing it. Give him a couple more moves, I guess. I mean, I don't really see too much problems with him there. And then have him, just develop under the guys. He's a high motor worker, and that's saying a lot from a Buckeye fan. Talking about a Michigan guy this X. I'm gonna stop clicking on these people, man. I'm sorry. It is that fucking irritating. But we got Quiddy Pay going to the Browns. Uh, from the new Browns to the old Browns here, we have the Baltimore Ravens selecting, and they need a lot of help. I don't know if this is what I would do or what they would do. I mean, Alex Leatherwood, Trevon Moehrig, Elijah Moore. I feel like they'd pick Bateman if he was still available. I don't think they will, though. I gotta pick in Trevon Moehrig. I think they have another pick, so I feel like they're gonna do something else here too. Maybe get a lineman or an edge. They also need edge desperately, but again, it's just like best available right now, what they really need, and they need corner help, safety help. Not really corner help. They need safety help. He's the best safety in the league. Dear God, the nation. It's 10 a.m., folks. I have yet to sleep. All right, if that tells you anything. Rangy corner gets in ya. He can cover. Trevon Moehrig. There we go, Ravens. Dear God, pains me. I'm drafting for these fuckers. Saints. They need receiver help and corner help, I think. And I think this would be a good fit. He's a tall, rangy receiver. Can get the catch, point radius, all that. He can play the slot. He's from LSU. Just like Devery Henderson, I think Terrace Marshall Jr. would be a perfect fit, 5-star coming out of college or coming out of high school. To the Saints to help Michael Thomas out. They need more playmakers, even more playmakers, yes, folks. As I fuck up with my phone, even more. So I got them picking Terrace Marshall, who I like a lot. 29, the Green Bay Packers. Okay, they can also go corner or receiver or tackle, but I don't think there's one worth picking right here. I think Elijah Moore would be the perfect complementary man to fucking Devontae Smith. I'm kind of biased with these receiver picks. But yeah, man, he's the best slot receiver in the draft, man. Great route runner, great hands, high volume, production. So he won't. I don't think he'll shy away from getting looks, and he'd automatically be the second receiver. I'm sorry about MVS and Lazard. They should be no better than third string receivers on terrible teams. I just don't see it. And I know they never pick receiver first round, but I mean at this point you just have to. Not only for Rodgers, but for Jordan Love, too. Wouldn't you want him to have an abundance of talent coming into? So I got Green Bay picking Elijah Moore. I think this is just wishful thinking picks for these next couple ones. Buffalo Bills, good team. Not much holes. They're coming on the rise. Corner, edge here. Who do you like more? Best available. I like Asante Samuel Jr. a lot. I feel like he could help them. Either him or Jason Owe, I feel like, is the pick here. And I just think Samuel is more ready. I feel like Owe is more of a developmental guy. So I'm going to pick Curtis Samuel, Asante Samuel Jr. Obviously, we know his father. 5'10", 184, better tackler than what you think. Very good to great zone corner. I think that's his specialty, but I feel like he could play man as well. You could put him in the slot for now, but I feel like he can develop into that outside guy, if not already. Bills, fuck it. Asante Samuel Jr. Next, as I fuck up this shit even more, we have the Baltimore Ravens again picking, and now that every receiver is gone, I think they might go tackle here. Go Alex Leatherwood. Fuck it. Alabama guy. I know Newsom's gone. Ozzie Newsom's done running the team, but they need to replace Orlando Brown. And you might go Kadarius Toney here, or if a receiver's available. But I think just to fill a hole, Leatherwood sneaks into the first round for me. Finally, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We have, I mean, they don't need anything. Literally every starter is back. So, like what? I don't know what to tell you people as I try to finagle my way. Zaven Collins would be a nice pick for them. I think I might have to do that just based on best available, even though they re-signed Shaq Barrett. Fuck it, I think Jason away just now. Didn't have a lot of production, but a lot of talent, high motor. He didn't have a sack this year, but I mean, he had a lot of pressures. If you watch the tape, good size, good rangy, guy. Jason Pierre-Paul is only getting older, and everyone else in that defense. So I think something I've never seen in any draft. I think Zaven Collins could also be here. Maybe they get a corner or safety. It's like, what the fuck, with the Buccaneers. So I got them picking Jason away. Dear God. All right, finalizing my picks. We got the Jaguars picking Trevor Lawrence, Jets, Zach Wilson, 49ers, Justin Fields, Falcons, Kyle Pitts, Bengals, Penei Sewell, Miami Dolphins, Jamar Chase, Lions, Micah Parsons, Panthers, Rashawn Slater, Broncos, Trey Lance, Cowboys, Patrick Surtain II, Giants, Jalen Waddle, Eagles, Devontae Smith, Chargers, J.C. Horn, Vikings, Christian Darrisaw, Patriots, the fucking Hey, Boston over here. Gotta pick Mac Jones. The Cardinals, Caleb Farley, Raiders, Jeremiah Usakoramora, Dolphins, Elijah Vera Tucker, Washington, Rashad Bateman, Bears, Tevin Jenkins, Colts, Jalen Phillips, Titans, Aziz Ujawari, Drunk Man, Jets, Greg Newsome II, Steelers, here we go, Landon Dickerson, Jaguars, Christian Barmore, I'm yelling in your ears. I'm sorry, folks. Browns, Kwity Paye, so I can boo him even more. Ravens, Trevon Moehrig, however you want to say it, don't care. Saints, Terrace Marshall Jr., Packers, Elijah Moore, Bills, Asante Samuel Jr., a lot of kids in this first round from NFL players. Ravens, Alex Leatherwood, Buccaneers, Jason away. Dear God. I'm going away, and I'm going to sleep after this shit. I think this is a pretty good draft board. I like it a lot. Half these picks will not occur. But anyone I'm right on, I will brag my ass off. Thank you guys for wasting your time listening to my dumbass. This has been your boy King Caleb here, signing the